Hey everybody, welcome to Weekend Wisdom. I'm Jerry Cates, and tonight I want to talk about your hero's journey. I'm going to tell you mine, and I'm going to invite you to take a look at your own. You know, in any narrative or any story, there's a hero, and there's adventure, there's decisive crisis, and they win victory. So well, as I'm telling you my story, I'm going to invite you to take a look at what your journey has been, and what are you here to learn? What are you here to do? What victories are you here to experience? Now, I am going to talk a little bit about my mom, and when I talk about her, this is not a put down. The paradigm was that I'm guessing that there was some abuse for her, because she was abusive, and I hesitate to bring it up, and it makes me feel very vulnerable, but I got a feeling that others have had the same kind of experience, and I really want to touch you in a place that opens you up. So here I go. Just remember that, you know, when somebody, I've talked about paradigms in the past, and the way our parents treated us, it really wasn't their fault. They were treated a certain way and they responded. So just bear that in mind, because this is not a blaming thing. But here we go. I'm 5 years old. My mother yells at me all the time. She beats me. She's so unpredictable. I'm emotionally and physically abused. I don't feel safe. So I create this story that I'm not good enough, that there's something wrong with me because my mother doesn't love me, and I'm unworthy of being loved. I work hard to gain her approval. Everything I do is about pleasing her, but I'm never enough. As I grow into adulthood, this situation conditions me to be a people pleaser. I always put others first. I'm chronically putting myself last or completely out of the picture. I'm codependent. I'm not worthy of being loved. I begin to recognize that I have a problem, and I make it my quest to seek counseling and learn what I can to help myself. Fast forward, I'm 36 years old. I find myself and my son are in a homeless motel. I make poor decisions in my relationships, and I've turned to drugs and alcohol to escape my despair. My homelessness is due to leaving a domestic violence situation. I'm desperately unhappy in my life, and I feel unworthy and unlovable. I remember a therapist said to me once that when an abused child leaves the home, they continue the abuse until they learn something greater. The room in the homeless motel has dirty walls and floors. The door has been kicked in so many times that you can see the light on the outside frame of the door where the lock is, and that lock does not look secure. I can hear people yelling on the other side of the walls and outside. I don't feel safe. But I push through. I'm studying chemistry, doing my prerequisites for my nursing program. I push through, and I end up getting the highest score in the midterm in a chemistry test. I had never done that before, but I've done it since. I see focusing on my studies as the light in all that darkness. It takes me 5 years to earn my bachelor's degree in nursing, and in another 11, my master's degree is complete. I've been a nurse and then a nurse practitioner, and I still have problems in my relationships, substance abuse and alcohol abuse and depression. Oh, and yeah, there's that codependency too. I feel unfulfilled, unworthy, and unloved. I thought becoming a nurse would be the answer. And although becoming a nurse saved my life in so many ways, 15 years into my career, my life's a mess. I isolate, I'm depressed and anxious, and nothing's working. My relationships have failed because I've set it up so that I'm the one always taking care of others. I'm the one left holding the bag. And I'm resentful. And I feel unloved. I seek counseling, self-help programs, and continue my journey of personal development. I'm taking time off work from my nursing career due to a low point of depression, isolation, and anxiety. my father sends me this email with a course from Feminine Power. It was a life coaching program for women. I scrape the money together and I take the course, and I take it in my living room virtually. It's on the phone, on the computer. These teachings transform my life. I begin to realize how the conditioning of my childhood set up relationship patterns and dysfunction in my life. I also see how the drugs and alcohol abuse and the codependency and my feelings of unworthiness and not being loved all played a role in my unhappiness and leaving me longing for something more. I realize I am worthy. I am loved. I'm more than enough to have the life I want. I realized that my feelings of not being worthy or loved were based on false beliefs. And I understand that there were things going on in the situation that were not my fault, not even my mother's fault. She may have been treated badly and did the same because she didn't know better. Maybe it was something else that I'm not even aware of. I don't have to feel resentment or pain. I'm released from the inner burden that I've been chained to all my life. I am 100% responsible for what I say, what I think, what I feel, and what I do. And so are the other people around me. I'm not responsible for their stuff. Therefore, I don't have to be their caretaker anymore. I'm free. What a relief. What a release. This realization has felt like a huge weight has been lifted and off of me. My breakthrough moment was when I realized I want to help other people. I want to help other people make these profound shifts. And I want to teach and inspire people. I want to make a difference. I know as a nurse I wanted to make a difference, but I just didn't have enough time in that room. So this coaching, this transformational coaching, gives me a different way of making a difference, of being a change agent. I know I'm a good teacher. I was a good teacher as a nurse. Like I said, I always felt like I had something more to give. So I took this comprehensive transformational life coaching and global leadership training, as well as diving into the laws of attraction and some spiritual teaching. And I want to inspire others. Now, what I want to work with is people who want to make a change. You got to want it. I can help you recognize the patterns and name them. There's power in naming it. There really is. And help you develop new ways of thinking. But you got to want it. And I've said before that the difference between wanting something and having it is action. So these teachings transformed my life, and my relationships improved. And today is the second anniversary of my husband's transition to spirit. I like to say it that way. And I'm more about gratitude. And I got to tell you that the teachings I got from this transformational life coaching transformed our relationship. I had a friend that said, I thought you were going to leave that last year, but little by little you turned it around into something beautiful. I didn't know you could do that in a relationship. And I remember in January telling him, he passed in June 3rd. And I said, I want to do mastery again. What do you think? And he's like, absolutely, you've changed our life with that stuff. So I'm telling you, there are some powerful tools out there. And it's making steps, having a plan, making steps, being willing to have insight, being willing to take a look at yourself. So what's your hero's journey? Mine has been a lot of adversity, and I've found that I'm courageous. And that's why I'm the Courage and Grace coach, because I want to have a healthy relationship with myself, but also I am courageous. Now I want to be courageous enough to step to my highest possibility. So what do you want? What's your hero's journey? What has happened in your life that the patterns are holding you back? You can have what you want. It's up to you. We're the ones that are holding us back. So, anyway, let me say hi to some people. Kelly, hi Kelly. Alex, hey cuz. Thanks for coming, you guys. Dora, welcome. Mark, hello. Angie. And Christine, and I saw Ron and Alex. And there's Angie again. So, there's a couple of links there. And I do free breakthrough sessions. You can join my Facebook group, and there's a lot of information in that book, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. But do something. Do something. You know, we go to work and we just let things go, but we're just not happy. And I talked about that before when I talked about depression, that you can be depressed just because you're not living your life to the fullest. You're just you're going with the current. So how about being a change agent and having a life worth living? I hope that helps. Reach out to me. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks.